Welcome, Panther Nation football fans, to another edition of Growlin' and Prowlin'. I am, of course, Mr. CeeLo, here to talk to you all things Carolina Panthers, from the postseason to the Super Bowl to the offseason, to the draft, to OTAs, to the preseason and the regular season. Let the growling begin. Welcome back, Panther Nation. Glad you guys could join us for another edition of Growlin' and Prowlin'. Well, here we are. We're headed towards one of the few moments we are going to be in front of the spotlight. And unfortunately, it's not going to be in a good sense because right now it's looking like... Well, first of all, I'll give you guys a sense. They're picking the Bears to be 2% favorites. And Deontay Foreman, as well as DJ Moore, will be returning to face off against us. And honestly, I'm sitting here looking at this, and DJ Moore is having one of his better years, despite not being in Charlotte. He's been one of our all-time leading receivers, but you're looking at 735 and 5 touchdowns. He's on pace to break a lot of the daggone career marks he never broke in Charlotte. And Deontay Foreman, who got off to a late start, which I don't understand why Chicago was crazy enough not to start this guy anyway. You sign him away from us and then turn around and you don't use him. But this ain't looking good. I do believe Carolina could pull the upset, but with Brian Burns ultimately not playing along with C.J. Henderson and possibly Marquise Haynes possibly playing. We're not sure about that. Justin Fields possibly playing. This could turn into a disaster. There's no other way to put it. This could turn into us becoming the laughingstock in the NFL, if we not already. So, all I can say is, Panther fans, buckle up. I'm not saying we shouldn't have faith, but this is not looking good, especially if Justin Fields plays this game. A lot of people will say, well, that we argue that if we haven't been able to stop the running game. That's what the Bears want to do. We did a decent job of it against the Texans, but there is no guarantees. Guys, there are no guarantees with this, the way we played. There's no guarantees with what we've been doing. There just is nothing. I mean, there's absolutely nothing for us to hang our hats on at this point. And it's really it's almost like we were hitting rock bottom right in front of everybody. And Chuba Hubbard's really been one of the few bright spots. Adam Thielen is as well, having 662 receptions on 610 yards for 4 scores. Outside of that, Burns has been the guy. He's been impressive as far as, what he's been able to accomplish. But you're sitting here watching this as a whole, and it's just got to be, you don't want to say depressive, but it's just like, we gotta do better. Offensive line's been bad. We can't, for Bryce Young to be as hammered as much as he is, he's thrown for 64%. He's completed 64% of his passes. And the running game has not gotten going. We have, other than Thielen, really nobody else has emerged as a guy that Bryce Young trusts. So, we can really sit here and throw this at the window if we want to, but the reality of it is, outside of Adam Thielen, Bengals only got 20 grabs. So, yeah, I mean, there's got to be some work done at that next level. And right now, we're just not looking that good. And there's no excuse in it. You know, you've got Burns with 5 sacks. Eidos Gross Models, who was playing great. He had 2.5 sacks until he went to injured reserve. And we've just got a lot of things that are not going well, that are not going our way. And there's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. It just is not. We've got to get it done, and we got a short time to get it there. I ultimately believe that they probably sit Justin Fields. That, you know, a lot of people are going to say this is a winnable game for them, so they probably will play him. I think ultimately they feel like this is a winnable game, so they don't play Justin Fields in this game. I ultimately believe he won't play this game. Granted, this is early Wednesday morning, so it's possible they could you could get a report that he plays, but they're saying it's going to go right down to the wire. I ultimately think the Bears pull back on this one because the reality of it is they have nothing to lose and they have nothing to gain because they have our first pick and they get whatever pick is necessary. So it would not surprise me if the Bears sat him and to see what they get because either, like I said, they would benefit more just by getting the first and second pick. But I ultimately believe that the Bears squeak this thing out, given that we have no Brian Burns, no C.J. Henderson. And I think we squeak this one out. I think they squeak it out. I would probably say they win this game probably 13-10. And I think it's a game where Chicago makes 1 or 2 more mistakes than the Panthers, and it gives them opportunity, but they are not capable of capitalizing. But I think ultimately there's a big mistake that costs the Panthers in Soldier Field. So needless to say, I think what ends up happening is the Bears end up winning this game 13-10. But let me know what you guys think. You know, I didn't want to do a long critique because, like I said, short week, very difficult to get information. And as I said, we got a lot of injuries, so we're going to have to figure out a way to wheel our ways through this one. But until next time, guys, keep prowling. Oh, be sure to check me out on Instagram at Mr. CeeLo. I know you guys haven't checked me out in a minute. I really haven't been posting on Instagram lately, but guys, you know, don't forget, check me out. Check me out over on Instagram. Also, go to the YouTube channel of the same name, Growling and Prowling. Make sure you comment on the shows and let us know that you're still around and that, you know, the things that you are sour about and the things that you like. Because eventually we're going to go live, and I would look forward to seeing you guys. But until the next time, this is Mr. CeeLo. Keep prowling the airwaves and keep growling out. Keep pounding.